Hey guys, this video is going to be just a little bit different than my typical videos, but if you're watching this video, then we have something in common. We are both RVers. We are full-time RV family, and I am going to show you a fantastic hack that I found for this air conditioner. So this is the Dometic. My understanding is there's a Coleman that's very similar, but this is a reasonable air conditioner that is ducted, and we've got these sort of ducts here. My biggest complaint with this guy is it is loud, really loud. I have looked through the internet extensively to try to find a way to quiet this guy down. The other thing I've noticed is it doesn't seem to do that great of a job, blowing through these ducts. And we've got two of them that share the same ducting, so that's kind of interesting. But I found a lot of information online, and there is a device that you can buy that promises to quiet this down, but it's $250. And when I started looking at it a little bit more in depth, and I read some blogs, and I read some other tutorials, and I got to thinking about it, and there's a couple of problems with the way that they've installed these. It's not the unit itself, it's the installation, and we can fix that, and we can fix it really cheap and really easy. So I'm going to try to walk you through that today. I hope you guys find some value out of this video. If you're new to our channel, please consider subscribing. We have an awful lot of RV related content, RV renovations, adventures. This video, I'm going to take you through my step-by-step process on how to make this thing both more efficient, produce more cold air, and quiet it down. And I know it works because we have two of these, and I've already done the other one, and it's effective. So let's get at this.
We were an average family, struggling with debt and yearning for freedom and adventure. Now we live full-time in our RV, and we share our adventures with the world. We've got a big dream of purchasing a liveaboard sailboat and expanding our adventures to the water. Welcome to our channel, Salty Escape.
Let's change our story, let's change our life. We'll do it our way, our own design.
First of all, you don't need a whole lot. We're going to use reflectix, and we're going to use foil tape. And I know that doesn't sound like much, but stick with me, you're going to see how this works. Let's go ahead and get this thing taken apart. So the first thing we got to do is, go ahead and remove the filter. Then you're going to have a series of screws. Interesting for me, I only have 4. There's one here, and then there's 2 underneath these tabs here and here. There's supposed to be 2 more, 6 total, but I don't have them, so I'm guessing that the factory just didn't do it. Just take a knife to get these things to come out. Okay, so this is my first time actually taking that cover off. I've never seen it here before, but I want to show you what we're dealing with. Do you see how they've installed that tape? That right there is one of the ducts. You can see how they've got this taped in here. There's absolutely no insulation. Here's the other duct. There's no taping even around it. But what's interesting, let me shine the light from the back side. Look here. Do you see the light shining through there? And then on this side, basically what's happening is this tape here, this little foam tape, which isn't even adhered very well, you can see, that's the only barrier to keep the cold side from the warm side. And what I have found, when this is running, you can put your fingers right about here, and you can feel that air like just circling in here like this. The one we had out in the living room was actually much worse. The foam tape wasn't even adhering anymore. And then the other problem that happens when that's going on, when the cold air is just circling back through, then you get an awful lot of condensation, and then it starts dripping. Let's go ahead and get busy on this. We're gonna take out all of this nasty work, and we're going to redo it, and it's gonna be so much better. Super easy to do. Follow along, you won't be disappointed. Let's get started. Okay, the next step is to go ahead and remove these 4 long screws. Now, it's important to know, just so you know, that this is what holds the whole air conditioner to the roof. There may be some sealant up there as well, but this is the mechanical means that holds it to the roof. So when you undo these, you are effectively removing your air conditioner. But it'll be okay because we're not going to mess with it on the roof, and then we're just going to bolt it back down. I've gone ahead and removed those 4 bolts. And then there's just a little bit of adhesiveness that's holding this guy on. So just go ahead and pull that out. You do not need to undo any of the wiring. So you can see where it's kind of got hung up here on the foil tape. Don't worry about trashing this. because it's all trash anyway. There we go. We're just gonna let this thing dangle here like this, and we're gonna go to work ripping out all of this. It's just garbage. Like, really? Can you believe that? This is craziness. It's nothing. It's like literally nothing. Like, I don't even understand why they put up any effort to put it up here, because it's nothing. There is no like value here at all. Okay. All right, the next step is to go ahead and retape all the way around this whole thing and do it right and do it good. So I don't know if you can see, I've kind of folded it. I like to start in the corners like this. Now this stuff here is the rubber roof that we're going to tape down here in a bit, but for now just kind of leave it loose. So start in the corners, make sure that everything is secured down, and then this stuff just rips clean off. It's no big deal at all. Okay, so step one is complete. So as you can see, I've come all the way around and I meticulously taped off all the way around. I have left the rubber roof that's hanging there. We're going to take care of that here in a bit. We are on to step two. So step two is I'm going to line this whole box with reflectix. This is about 5.5 inches tall. So this is actually pretty easy. We're just going to cut strips at 5.5 inches and we're going to tape it in there, and then we're going to tape the rubber roof down over top of it. Okay, so I've got this piece cut out, and I've got this little tab here so that I could fold it into that duct. And this is going to bend, I don't know, somewhere around here to conform to that corner. So I basically started with it right here, and then like I said, that's going to bend into that duct, and then this is going to wrap the corner here, and then we're just going to tape this in. When I tape this, I'm going to tape these rubber roof pads down. So this one I'm going to leave for the moment until I get the other piece in here. We basically just cut a slit to account for this. But I'm going to start with taping in this duct edge here, so kind of wrap the corner, and then I'm going to bring this down and tape over top of the whole thing. We'll tape the bottom and then the edge here at the very bottom. Okay, the area here where these wires are, I'm going to basically, I've cut a slit here and a little V, so you can see those wires are going to nest in there just fine. Let's see if we can get this in there. So there you go, it's gonna tape in just like that. Okay, so I've got the reflectix in all the way around. This does decrease this this measurement here, but actually that works out perfectly. The reflectix measurement on each side fits this baffle here perfect. The next thing that we're gonna do is these two pieces here are not attached other than with this foam tape. So I'm going to go ahead and remove all of that because I'm not going to need it anymore. We're going to redo that too. This stuff is just doesn't have a lot. Okay, it's probably hard to tell, but I took my Sharpie and I made a mark all the way across here just in case these become separated, because they are not mechanically adhered together or anything, but now I'm going to cut a piece of reflectix to go here. Okay, so I've got pieces of reflectix now on both sides of that baffle there, and that's really important because that separates the hot from the cold air. Now the next step, we are going to block off this port right here. So that port is the dump port here that we don't ever use because it's just incredibly noisy, and I don't know that it works all that much better anyway. So in order to get the noise reduction and to force the air into the ducts, we're going to block that off with another piece of reflectix. Okay, so I've cut a piece of reflectix here to kind of match that angle, and it's going to sit in here just like that, and then we're going to tape it from both the top and the bottom. Okay, now we've got that blocked off and all taped off, and this is what it'll look like from the underside, and we're going to tape this side as well. But now now is the time to try and get it back in there. Okay, I spared you the wrenching. So this is how it looks. Definitely much more significant. At this point, I have the air conditioner in the living room on, and that shares the same duct, so I can feel up in here. Now this should be the warm air return, and I can feel some cold air blowing right here where that baffle hits. I can also feel some all the way up at the top where that foam is. This side feels pretty good, but I think for good measure, I'm just going to go ahead and tape off these joints here, and then if I can, I'm going to get up there near the top and try to tape off that too, but it seems reasonably good. But yeah, so if I'm feeling the cold air when it's not under pressure from the living room, then when this thing's running, I'm going to have a lot of cold air blasting through here that's going straight back up into the warm air return, and that loses efficiency. So we want to tape that off. Okay, the last step, and if you do it like I did, you'll have tons of this, paper. So, the last step is this has these tabs on it, and we need to remove those, otherwise they're going to poke up through that area that we just blocked off. So the best way that I found to remove these is to just score it a couple of times with a utility knife, like this. And then it usually snaps right off with some pressure. Like that. It'll snap right off. So it's now been about 3 days since I finished these modifications to the air conditioning units, and I've noticed a few things. All good. So first of all, it definitely quiets it down. It's weird though, because I did some decimal readings before and after on the one in the bedroom, and I didn't notice much of a change. It was about 2, maybe 3 decibels, which should be noticeable to a person, but it feels a lot more quiet than that. And I think what's happened is the pitch has changed. It's no longer that high, hissy, obnoxious, irritating to your ear sort of pitch. It's now a little bit lower, and you don't need to turn up the TV when it comes on. You can still hear each other talk. The one in the living room, which is the more powerful one, it has changed dramatically, both the pitch and the volume. And I think that that's because the install was worse than the one in the bedroom. That barrier foam, that white foam, was basically gone. And so there was a lot of air just blowing right into the cold air, warm air return, and the cold air, it was circling. Anyway, the other thing is we have had a dramatic improvement with cooling in the RV as a whole. We have significant airflow through all of the ducts, and the air itself feels very cold, which was surprising. I knew we'd get more airflow, but I didn't expect that there was that much cold air loss with the poor insulation inside of those boxes. So in my video underneath in the description, I've got links to the products that I use just in case you need those. Also, I've written a blog post about this that gives you a lot more detail. If you didn't understand any of these steps, more than likely it'll be explained in the blog. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'm happy to help any way I can. And if you haven't already, subscribe, leave us a like, and I'll see you next time. Bye.